This is a place where normally not many tourists will go to, because it's a place of industrial heritage. And it's particularly important because this is the place actually where Rotterdam started to develop its petroleum industry. One of the most important industries of this region. And Carola, well, you are the expert on petroleum scapes.
Well, any chemist will tell you that oil and water don't mix. But port city regions are the places where they actually do. And port cities have thrived on oil. So once in the mid-19th century, petroleum came in from the United States and cities started building petroleum ports, petroleum storage and refineries. So many of the major port cities today have huge petroleum sites, and Rotterdam is one of them. And places like the Waalhaven on the south side of the river had their own airport, just so that the decision makers from London could fly in to the right side, to the petroleum side of the river, because it was much more difficult to get to the other side. And from here on, the petroleum, the storage sites, the refineries grew all the way out to Maasvlakte 2. But at the same time, the headquarters, the decision makers, they were actually located in The Hague. And that's where the nice headquarters, the nice housing, the nice schools, all of that are located. So creating really two different types of landscape.
So could I ask you to say a bit more about the oil presence in Rotterdam, and then of course there are also changes at one point. For instance, there is the invention of pipelines so that you get flows of oil in different ways. How does that affect the landscape, the lives of the people also within the port?
The great thing, if you wish to say so, about oil is that you can create all kinds of things from it. So that's the difference with coal. You can take out of oil the raw product, you make diesel, you make gasoline, you make all kinds of things, you make plastics. So over time the industry always expanded to find new products and reconfirming itself. So you have this feedback loop. The more people consume in petroleum products, the more petroleum they can produce. But also in one barrel of oil, if you take a specific percentage to make plastics, you still have to get the whole part of the barrel out of the ground and use it in some way or the other. So but you were asking about the fact what it means for the people and the workers. So on the one hand you have the petroleum industry, or it even starts with questions of safety and security, because this is a very dangerous product. It burns easily, it pollutes. So the earliest installations were above the water intake in many cities, and they were in the east of the city, and they've only then, once we understood how dangerous they are, moved into special settings and moved out of the city. So, but yes, the people who work on the ships, who work in the refineries in the old times, were definitely not the same that were sitting in the headquarters making decisions. And very clearly, Shell asked for its headquarters already before the time of the car to be located next to the ministries. So in The Hague. So the decision makers and the people working in this industry are completely separate.